I can already see that I'm a ruler in this kingdom. I think if I can control how they feel, I can control how they think. If I can whoop these all-stars, doesn't that mean I'm the best ever?
I'm Russell Hantz, and this is the Russell Hantz Show. What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the Russell Hantz Show. Okay, guys, I was thinking about doing a list of the top 10 most strategic women to ever play Survivor. Then I was also going to do a list of the Big Brothers, right? So I'm starting to put the list together, and because, you know, now I'm doing Big Brother stuff as well. So I'm putting the list together, then I'm starting to see that we have a problem here, guys. Was Sarah Lacina right when she said women are looked upon differently? Was Chaos Kass right? By the way, she named herself that. Was she right when she said that if she was a man, she would be looked upon strategically? But since she's a woman, she's looked upon as a bitch. Her words. Her words. So it's very interesting. So this is what I came up with. When I thought about the Survivor players, putting the list together, it's very hard for me to do. Why? I can tell you right now, I played with Parvati. I played with her. I'm not being biased in any way. I'm not being mean to her. This is exactly how I feel. While I was out there, I was thinking, man, she's really not that good. Shocked? Is everybody shocked? Don't be shocked, and I'll explain. While we were playing, I was doing a lot. Now, for some reason, CBS has a light on her, and they want you to think Parvati is one of the greatest strategic minds to ever play the game. Parvati, Parvati, Parvati. That's all you hear. So you would think if I was going to do a list, I would put Parvati first, which I wouldn't. I would put her in the top 10, and that's probably because her popularity. But as a player, she was confused lots of times in the game. I'll just explain how. And that's when, when I did the Tyson move, she was like, what just happened? Her and Danielle, what just happened? Minds blown. When she played the two idols, she was only given one to Sandra. I convinced her later on in the van on the way over there. I convinced her that it wasn't going to be Sandra, it was going to be Jerry. So she was confused in her mind, so she gives them both out. Some people consider that one of the greatest moves in the history of the game. Now, if you ask me or anybody out there, when it comes to Kass, what do you think about Kass? Oh, she's one of the meanest. I even did a top 10, meanest. While I was doing the top 10 of the most meanest to ever play, she made the list. Everybody said her name. I put it on my Patreon page, and she even called herself Chaos Kass, so she was aggressive. But as I'm watching the list, I'm like, man, this girl is a beast strategically. Strategically, this girl is running the table. Maybe, definitely in the top 10. Maybe the top 5 of all times strategically. As I was doing the meanest, I was, should I even put her on this list? Because I'm seeing strategic beast right now. I'm seeing a great player. So was she right when she said that? We had Sarah saying it at, yes, she was trying to get some jury votes, but is it a real thing? Are women looked upon differently in the game of Survivor? Now, let's switch to Big Brother. When I was doing the Big Brothers list of strategic players, I was nailing it. Player after player after player. Even players that didn't do that well, like Haley with the Fessy thing. She was a great strategic player. I want to see her play again, by the way, to see how she can really roll. But we got to see it laid down. What the hell is this? Always something. So, what I think, I was talking on a podcast last night with one of my Patreons, And he laid it down to, he told me, this is why you see that, because it's 24 hours. And I was like, wait a second. You're right. Survivor is edited. You get 50 minutes in a 3-day span. So SEG and CBS can veer it however they want to, can show you whatever they want to show you. They can make someone a villain. They can make them a hero, just like that. They can make a woman a great strategic player, or they can make the guy a great strategic player that really wasn't that strategic. When you move to Big Brother, it's 24 hours, guys. They got live feeds going on. Everybody sees it. Everybody knows what's going on. They can't do that. So then we see the strategic women in the game. The great Janelles and the Rachel Rileys and the Britneys. We see it laid out of great strategic women. Now, how come, and this is totally another discussion, but how come in the Survivor world, the women aren't looked upon like that, like strategic players? If they play aggressive, do we think of them as a, just a bitch? Like Kass says? Is that really how we look at it? I don't know, man. A lot of things these days are coming to light in my head. And I give credit where credit's due. If whoever it is out there playing their best, I want them to get the credit for that. If someone's not playing so good, don't give them credit for that. And we see production in a lot of different things, a lot of different games, edit people a certain way, and that needs to stop. Edit how they play the game. I can see, let's say, for me, for instance, when I played the villain role, and they edit me such as the villain, for sure. Was I upset with that? No, I wasn't. But they amped it up, for sure. They amped me up being a villain, but I was the villain. Let's say someone like Kass. She was a villain, but she was so strategic. You don't really hear that much about Chaos Kass being a strategic player, but she was. Maybe one of the most strategic females to ever play the game. Is that a shocker? If you don't believe me, go back and watch some scenes of Chaos Kass do her work. Go watch. Yes, she says some villainous things, but we all do, right? We all want that camera time. We all want them clips, that hashtag. We all want something that people say over and over after the game is over. Maybe other survivors even say your quote, "Keep hope alive." Thanks, Michelle. Because you say it for a purpose. And just because they're saying villainous things doesn't mean they're not great strategic players. So that's all I'm saying is I want to give the women of this game their credit of being great strategic minds. When we think on the Survivor side, we don't know many guys. Sari, Amanda, Parvati. I mean, the list starts getting dwindling down, but that's not Kelly Wentworth. That's not the case. Tons of these women are strategic players. Stephanie Valencia from my season blew my mind. But you don't know that. You didn't see that. And she, only played, 2 weeks? Just think of all the stuff that we're missing. All the great strategic minds that we're missing. So, I don't know how you're going to receive this video. I really hope you enjoy it. I'm not trying to downgrade anyone. I'm not trying to throw production under the bus. I'm not trying to do none of that. They trying to make entertainment TV, and we enjoy their TV. I'm just saying maybe what we're watching isn't really what we're watching. Because in Big Brother, they have to do it. It's 24/7, the live feeds. So when someone plays an amazing strategic game, they just roll with that. And in Survivor, it's chopped up how they want it to be chopped up. The game is real now. It's really hard. You suffer. Everybody agrees with that. I lost 60 pounds my first season. I'm just saying that let's give credit where credit's due, CBS. And let's start showing these strategic minds, these strong women, play this game of Survivor. So for once, I agree with Sarah Lucina. I think you're right, Sarah. Chaos Kass, I think you're right, Cass, when it comes to you guys getting edited differently. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoy. If you like this kind of content, subscribe, hit that notification bell, like it, comment below, let me know who you think that doesn't get the credit of being a straight up strategic genius, and they don't get the credit at all. I'd like to know what you guys think. I read all the comments. The brand of the Russell Hantz Show is moving forward. We're doing a lot of things, guys. We even have a sports division opening up. You'll hear more about that as we go along. Big Brother's starting. We're getting into Big Brother. We keeping hope alive, baby. We got shirts, Keep Hope Alive shirts. You can see that right there. The Patreon group's taking off. We have a cruise that's about to happen. We also are playing online games with Fair Plays patrons. Soon as we whoop them, we're going to take on, I'm going to call up Rob C. I'm going to say, hey, let's get your patrons together because we'll whoop you too. And, so we're just having fun with that. And if you want to be part of that, check out my Patreon group in the link below if you want to be part of the cruise. We only got 9 rooms left after 40 rooms that we booked. And that's all we got. We have Sarah Lucina going on the cruise. We have Michaela Wingle, and we have Libby Monday. Libby going on the cruise. I like to call her Libby Monday. That's all I got for you guys. Again, I hope you enjoy. Keep hope alive.